KHON2 weather, Kamaka Pili.
A beautiful way to start off the weekend. And the good news in terms of the showers, we've been on this dry trend for the past few weeks, and that's going to be at least keeping up for the next couple days ahead of us. It's really all about the winds right now. We're actually going to be getting a little pulse of winds from tonight through tomorrow. In terms of those trade winds for our friends and family in Molokai, those gusts are going to start to get into those mid-20s, maybe closer to some 30-mile-per-hour marks at times. But then that's going to slowly start to taper down as we start off the week. Tonight, a beautiful sunset looks to be appearing here in Honolulu. I can only imagine what it looks like to be on the west side. But the winds are going to remain up to around 20 miles per hour, leading us to a day tomorrow with no threats or advisories, anything issued. It's going to be another beautiful day. In terms of our ocean conditions, if you're expecting to head out, it is perfect beach weather. We're having this current swell start to come down and decline. So 4 to 6 footers up north, 2 to 4 for the west, flat to 2 down south, and 1 to 3 for the east. But as these trade winds start to build as we get into the middle of the week, you can expect choppier conditions to start to take place and form on the east-facing shores. Now, good news for the winds. As we can see, the winds are going to start to be coming down in more of a northerly flow from tonight in through tomorrow especially, and then shift back more towards the east as we step into the new week. So with that northerly flow, it's going to be bringing down more of this Arctic chill. So it's going to be cooler conditions across the islands. If we take a look at the muggy meter, it's going to be dipping down into the mid-chilly category tomorrow, slowly start to inch its way up as we get into the middle of this upcoming week ahead of us. We're going to have a little bit more moisture around the islands. By the time we get to the second half of the week, that could be increasing the humidity levels across the islands. Right now, we have a high-pressure system, but an upper-level disturbance that's turning towards the northeast, and that's actually going to be dropping closer towards the islands in the coming days. So especially for the east end of the state, we could be seeing a little more increase of shower activity compared towards the west. But on the flip side, we're going to be seeing lighter winds for the east and a little bit more stronger conditions for the west. As we step into our Po'akahi, our Monday, this next cold front will be building up, and that's going to be keeping the winds more on the lighter side to start off the week. But fortunately, the bulk of the moisture will be residing more north of the islands. But then as we progress through the second half of the week, it looks to get a little reinforcement with that upper level disturbance towards the east. So they're going to kind of mingle together and kind of increase that shower activity, especially around Thursday and Friday in this coming in the week to come. In terms of the days ahead of us, though, you can see the moisture with that upper level disturbance turning towards the northeast of the islands, and with the easterly northeasterly trades, the greatest chance of showers remains again for the east, but for the windward sides. But for the most part, we're going to be seeing a drier trend to start off the week. But again, with that cold front lingering and then kind of reinforcing with that upper level disturbance as we get to the second half, you can see that moisture starts to increase. And by numbers in terms of the windward sides, we again start to see that jump around Wednesday, but especially Thursday and Friday, bringing us potentially for next weekend, we could be having a little round of more stormier conditions, and we'll be keeping an eye on that. For tomorrow, county by county, highest chance of showers resides for the windward sides of Maui and Hawaii Island. Partly cloudy skies is expected. 81 degrees is looking to be the high, so nothing extravagant. Another beautiful day outside. For this evening, we are having some pockets come in, especially for the central portion of the state. So at greatest chance of showers tonight will reside for windward. Leeward sides is going to be fairly dry and clearing up in terms of that cloud coverage tonight through tomorrow. Trade winds are here to stay for the most part, bumping up into breezier conditions as we get into the second half of the week. And again, we're going to see an increase of that shower and some potential stormy conditions as we get into next week. But good news, it doesn't look like it'll be lasting very long. Sam, back to you.